Hi everybody, we're here with Dana Moos, cookbook author of The Art of Breakfast. In case you have not had a chance to check this out, it is a must-read. In case you want to know if it's a good cookbook, those are all the recipes that I've already made, and I've had it less than a year. So Dana, thanks so much for joining us. One of the recipes in the book today that you're going to make is what?
It's a cheese blint souffle. And it's actually an inspiration from a dish that my mom would always make when she would have brunch. And it's my father's favorite breakfast dish ever. So whenever they come to visit the inn, I always make this.
The inn,
yes, we're actually running the Pomegranate Inn in Portland. So what I've come up with is a batter-based dish that I layer with what essentially is blintz or crepe filling, and then bake it. And so I'm able to cut it and put it on a plate and drizzle it with my favorite thing in the world, sauces that I look at as if they were my paints. So that's what we're going to do today. So
okay, let's get to it.
I'll show you how it works. And this is really easy. I prepare this batter the day before so that in the morning I bring it to room temperature and I put it in a greased pan and then I bake it. And then an hour later it's ready and you haven't spent all morning in the kitchen. You've done all this prep work the day before.
Now we're talking.
So here I've got the batter, which is the sour cream, eggs, sugar, flour, butter, a little bit of orange juice, and a drop of milk. And then the filling is cottage cheese, cream cheese, egg yolks, and sugar. So I layer about half of the batter into the pan. So here I just dollop in the filling. And I don't actually smooth it down, I just sort of loosely dollop it. This pan will serve at least 8, so I kind of eyeball it where I want the filling to be in 8 pieces. And then that's ready to go in the oven. About 45-50 minutes later at 350, you take it out, let it sit for 10-15 minutes. That's very important before you cut it. So we'll go ahead and do that.
And we see that we have my favorite thing, thick cut bacon. So what are we going to do?
We're going to candy the bacon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is actually, I will say, the recipe in the cookbook, I used light brown sugar. And today I've discovered that although it's really great, I like maple syrup because it doesn't actually come out quite as sweet. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. So the first thing I do, again in a squeeze bottle, this allows me to control how much I put on rather than pouring from a regular bottle.
Sure.
So just a couple of thin streams on each piece. Not real heavy. And then I like a lot of black pepper. There was one time where I actually used cayenne pepper. I liked it. A couple people I thought were probably a little overwhelmed, but just a tad, and a lot of pepper. So I really coat these.
This is a really interesting
This is a great pepper mill. I got this probably 20 years ago. My husband bought it for me. And it just gives you a really nice, coarse grind. Yeah, I like the grind of it. You know, it seems a theme here that we have had several chefs coming with their favorite old pepper mill. And I don't know if we've stopped making great pepper mills, and now, because these old ones, and usually they're metal, they're the best. So that's really all there is to it. You could even do this the day before, keep it covered, and then pop it in the oven the morning of. Smells great when it's baking.
Well, I'm seeing an awful lot of beautiful stuff about to come together. So tell me about the bacon.
The bacon we've just taken out of the oven, and wanted to remind you not to put it on paper towel because the candy, when it sets up, will stick to the paper and you don't want to eat paper. So I've just sort of held each piece of bacon up, let it drain a little bit, put it on a clean plate or a tray, and just a few minutes it'll be ready to eat. It would be too hot to do right away.
Sure.
So what I have here are some plates that I will show you how I my favorite part.
Art. I mean, it's food art.
That's where the art of breakfast comes in.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I'll do a different design, but the classic design I do when I serve this, just 4 concentric rings, and depends on my mood what colors I feel like putting next to each other. I try to just do some contrast. And
you know, eating with our eyes first always makes this just such a treat to be able to see this before we ever take a bite of any of it.
That's what I think. It's just so much fun.
Absolutely.
And then, very handy tool, toothpick.
Toothpick.
So I drag through all of the sauces to the outer rim of the plate at fairly even spaces, and then inward the same direction. And there we have it.
Beautiful.
Simple. So you can see, actually, that's a good shot of the filling. It always sinks to the bottom. Scientifically, I have no idea why. I just know it still tastes the same, so I'm okay with that. So the way I plate it, just at a little bit of an angle, a little bit of powdered sugar. Just dust it on the top. And then fresh berries, really whatever you'd like. Here I've got strawberries, blackberries, and some raspberries. And I just put them on top.
That is
You
just
could put chopped up mango as well to coordinate with the colors that you already have on the plate.
Wow.
And there you have it.
That is lovely. Wow, what a feast we have here. I cannot believe my eyes, and the smells coming up are every bit as wonderful as what it looks like. And then we're going to, on top of this, pair it with some great looking drinks that seem very fun. What have you done, Bettina?
Well, I think more importantly what my winemaker is not happy that I've done, but Dana inspired us. If you look through the pictures of our cookbook, they're colorful and there's lots of flavors. So we decided to get creative, and so we blended a white wine with some tequila and some other juices. So we're going to try that one and this one, Dana, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
And then I took a dry rosé, believe it or not, has frozen pink lemonade in it and some frozen blueberries, and actually a little bit of club soda in this one. And first of all, it's really pretty. And if you're going to have a decadent breakfast or brunch, might as well go all the way with it, right?
Might as well.
Look at the colors.
I know.
I know.
They're just
Dana, this was all for you, honey.
Look at this.
You did a great job.
Right, cheers. And it is going to be an ugly afternoon at this race. Oh, well, okay.
Cheers.
Winemaker's going to kill me, but that's really good.
So good.
It is good.
And tequila for breakfast, who knew?
And you're going to love the name of this one. Found this one on the internet, Liquid Lust. So good luck to you.
We're calling it brunch.
Right, brunch. Okay. Oh, that's a whole world of trouble in a glass right there.
Yeah.
That is good.
This is.
Do you have a preference?
I think I prefer this, but I think with the meal, I think it will be wonderful.
You start with the one with tequila. It's not quite as sweet, and you finish with this a little bit sweeter. Because this would go well with, I think, the spicier bacon. Actually, I think they would both go well. Bite of one, sip of two.
I think that's a great idea.
Cheese ones is awesome.
And the bacon, you know, what everybody's waiting for.
You know what's interesting? The sauce that you've done is really nice with this one.
That's what I was
All
thinking.
the flavors come back together again.
That's what I was thinking.